Hello again. Now I'd like to add to what I've said previously that the circumcision of our heart, the removing of the fleshly tendencies from our heart, is the action of God's grace. We're told that God's grace teaches us to abstain from ungodliness. And this is very important. Many people have considered God's grace something intangible, something that is almost a catch word for God allowing a person to sin. But this is really very unscriptural. The Bible tells us in Titus 2:11 and 12 that God's grace teaches us not to sin, teaches us to abstain from ungodliness. And that is exactly what God, by circumcising our heart, does in our lives over time. It doesn't happen all at once. As I mentioned many times a long time ago, God removes the tendencies over a period of time. We don't become godly all at once. It takes a lifetime to become godly, to become a kind, loving person. And that is the sign that a person is in covenant with God. If a person is circumcised in heart, they are in covenant with Jesus, similar to if a person was a physical Jew, if they had been physically circumcised in the Old Covenant. That is how they knew, and other people knew as well, that they were God's followers. If you asked a person in the Old Covenant if they were a Jew, if they had become a Jew, what they would have said was yes, if they submitted to circumcision. Now, the circumcision is not physical for us anymore. Paul said that circumcision is nothing and uncircumcision is nothing, but what counts is keeping the commandments of God. And of course, that is the action of grace to teach us to abstain from ungodliness. And this is vital to understand that grace is not the acceptance of sinners. Although God does accept sinners, the grace of God does something. It teaches a person not to sin. Thank you.